Hi everyone. Today I'm interviewing Sergio. So he's currently living in Italy, but he's originally from Colombia. And he's basically going to let us know that it does not matter where you're from or where you currently live, you can make money online. So please join us for this episode, everybody. It's going to be great. Are you thinking of becoming an entrepreneur, but you're not exactly sure if that is for you? Or you have tried a few times, but you have failed? Or maybe you are currently on your journey, but you're not exactly sure you're taking the right path and if you're doing the right things? Follow along on this podcast where I will be sharing my entrepreneurial journey with you all. I will be sharing my successes, my failures, and also my challenges. The best part is I will also be interviewing fellow entrepreneurs that will be sharing their stories and their successes. This is my podcast, Entrepreneurial Journey, and I am Joy Nicholson. Hi, everyone. As you guys know, I've started this podcast to tell about my journey on entrepreneurship. And I thought, what better way to add to this than to interview fellow entrepreneurs? And today I have Sergio here. He is currently living in Italy and he's originally from Colombia. Hi, how are you doing?
Hey, how are you? I'm super excited to be here. Hello to everyone. And yeah, I'm from Colombia. I speak Spanish, but I'm right now living in Italy, and I'm so excited to be here.
That's awesome. And we're very excited to listen to your story. So thank you so much for agreeing to come on to the podcast. I really appreciate your time.
No problem. My pleasure.
Thank you. So tell the audience a little bit about you. You know, where you're from, where did you grow up, what do you do as hobbies? Just so people can understand you a little bit better.
Sure. So I'm 22 years old. I'm from Colombia, and I grew up in Colombia. It's a country near to Brazil in Latin America, and like I always wanted to be an entrepreneur because I wanted to show people that I could do what I always tell them that I want to do, but they told me that I couldn't do it. Like I always tell people that I was going to get a Lamborghini, I was going to travel around the world, all that stuff, and they told me that it was not possible. So that was kind of why I started looking to other ways to to earn money. And so I started first. I thought that my school was like the way to reach what I want to be. So I was a super good student, excellent notes, but then I learned about this thing called trading all the investment and all that stuff, and like I spent a lot of money. I took some cash from the bank, and they borrowed me money like $7,000, and for me in Colombia that is a lot of money because the peso colombiano is 3,000 times $1. So $7,000 is 21 million pesos. So
Wow.
it's a lot of money. Yeah, and I lost everything. So I was in debt at 18 years old, and I needed to do something. So I was searching in the internet like how much money did Instagram people earn, and I saw that The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, was making like $1,800,000 per picture, and I was like, oh my god,
Wow.
he's doing that amount of money. And in that time, I have to work as a waiter to earn money, and like in Colombia, a waiter just earn to $400 per month. That's what we earn back there per month, including tips.
Yeah.
And so it was hard.
Yeah.
And I started my page. It is called Sabiduría Millonaria. In English is Millionaire Winslow. And yeah, so I start selling like affiliate products. I start selling my own like products because I was studying industrial engineering in college.
Yeah.
I knew a lot of like financial things, so I put some courses to sell in my page, and I was seeing that I was earning like 2,000, $1,000 per month, and I was like, oh my god, I'm earning more than what I'm making with
Yeah.
as a waiter. So obviously I quit my job, and after that I launched a digital marketing agency because I took a course. Like I'm so into investing in yourself and investing in your audience. Sorry, your knowledge.
Yes.
So I took Tai Lopez SMMA course, and and you know, and it was so funny because I was building that, like that was 2 years 3 years ago, and I was building my first funnel without knowing that that was a funnel. and
Okay.
and I lost all the money that I have left,
Oh,
because it didn't work. So I upload an Insta story to my Instagram page, telling people who wanted to work with me, and I got like 2 clients from that story. And in that moment, I realized that sometimes it's better and is incredible profitable to have an audience before you launch everything paid. So I mean, I was super blown away because I have my audience in that time. Saudi Millionaire had like 30,000 followers,
oh, wow.
and I launched all my products. I launched my agency, and yeah, like the rest is a story. Nowadays, I have 230,000 followers in my page.
Wow.
So it's super cool because each time I want to launch a product, I just throw stories and I just throw some posts, and people sign up for my webinar or for my offer. So it's so cool. And after that, after I test my after I test my offer, then is where I start using Facebook ads and Instagram ads and all that stuff. So yeah, that's where I am right now. And so happy to be where I am. And yeah, like this year I went to Funnel Hacking Live. And for you guys that doesn't know who this is like a big marketing event that Russell Brunson does every year, and it was like my like life changing. And so yeah, that's what I'm right now.
That's awesome. And I'm definitely going to Funnel Hacker next year. For me, I'm in New Zealand, so for me to go is probably a 36-hour flight type thing. but
Yeah,
it's
I understand that.
but I can't wait. It's going to be amazing, definitely. And so, when was that exact moment that you realized that you're going to become an entrepreneur? I know you said now, you were realizing you were making more money, being a waiter. But was that your first moment that you realized you wanted to be an entrepreneur, or was there something before then?
I mean, since I was little, I was like 12 years old. I always told my mom that I want a Lamborghini. Sorry, and because I wanted a Lamborghini, I always was thinking about how I was going to get that. And as soon as I understood that there are like a smart, not as I mean like fastest faster ways to get to that. So
Yeah.
I understood that I needed to be an entrepreneur. And because my father is an entrepreneur, like he has a company and all that stuff, so like that was the example that I grew with all my life. So for me, I never I mean, I at the beginning I thought to that I could be working for someone for a few years to get experience, and after that I will create my company. But I didn't knew this internet thing, and yeah, so when I discovered this, I just knew that I wasn't going to work for anyone, never. And just that's where I knew that I was going to be an entrepreneur.
That's really awesome. That's really cool. So you say like your dad had his own company, or he still has his own company?
My father,
Yes.
yeah, he has a electrical engineering company.
Okay.
So yeah, that's why I study industrial engineering. So yeah, I mean, he's an entrepreneur like the old-fashioned way. He has his company, everything is physical, and yeah, like I like the next level of entrepreneur, like all digital. I like
Yes.
almost no employees and all that stuff. So yeah, I mean, I'm learning from his experience, and he's learning from my experience. So that's awesome.
That's really, really cool. That is really, really
Yeah.
awesome. I love that because you can actually you can sync with each other. That's really, really cool.
Yeah, I mean, I try. Sometimes my father is a little bit stubborn, and yeah, he's like old fashioned. But yeah, we try. I mean, I try the best I can to to mix and work together.
So, what did you think? I'm curious to know because a lot of people, especially, and I'm sure you've had the same, that you kind of get the people that's the closest to you that does not quite support an online business, especially if if they're old fashioned. Did your dad, when you first started out your online business, did he object to it? Did he tell you that it's not something that can work and you should rather just do a business?
No, I mean, like my dad, he supported me with my trading. Like he was, because I was 18 years old. I didn't, I didn't have like the credit experience to ask for that loan.
Yes.
So that loan, like my dad was the one who who asked for the loan for me, and like I mean, he always, for example, if for any reason, like in the past, sometime I look, for example, um my clients sometimes they don't pay me like on the day, and I need to pay my team, and he borrow me money. I mean, he's super supportive all the way. So yeah, I mean, he's pretty awesome.
That's amazing to have that support. That really makes such a big
Yeah,
difference on your journey, hey? That is
yeah,
really,
for
really
sure.
cool.
Thanks God, it has been like that. I'm so grateful to him and to my mother, because yeah, like if I if I ever need anything, I know they are there for helping me. So that's so awesome.
That's really, really awesome. That's awesome to know. So
Yeah,
you say that you're using Instagram for, when you want to launch a new product, and you also mentioned Facebook advertising. Is those the only two things that you're using, or are you using any other methods to advertise your business or to get
yeah. I mean,
yourself out there?
yeah. Right now, I mean, I have, like, for my agency, I'm getting my client from my Facebook page, because there are very cool organic strategies you can use
Yes.
to. And when I'm saying organic strategies, guy, I'm referred to the strategy that doesn't require to invest to to get leads and
Mhm.
to get prospects. So, like, for my agency, I only use my Facebook profile. I have, I'm into groups and all that stuff, so I start publishing value content about Instagram, so people start asking me for help, all that stuff. So that's how I'm getting my clients on Instagram. Sorry, for my agency. But for my webinar, I have a course, an Instagram course, and for my webinar, I using my page. I using influencer marketing, like other people promoting my stuff, and yeah, I'm using Facebook and Instagram advertising. I'm working right now on my podcast in Spanish too, and also I want to start building my Dream 100, like who are the list of the most 100 influential people that could really that has my audience, and that I could ask them to promote my things. So yeah, that I'm working in that right now.
That is so awesome. Do you mind telling people a little bit about the Dream 100? I've touched before on my podcast on it, but I didn't go into exact details. And I think it is such an amazing strategy to use, especially for people starting out as an entrepreneur and you have no funds, because it's just a free method of, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So, like, the Dream 100 is, guys, simply to search for the 100 more like real influential people in your niche. Okay, let me rephrase that. If you want to have a successful business, you need to create a blue ocean, like a new niche, so you can pull people out from a red ocean. And a red ocean is like, for example, if you're in weight loss, you know that the weight loss niche is it's it's super full of people selling weight loss courses, how to, I don't know, how to get a rib, how to get more muscle and all that stuff. So that's kind of a red ocean. But people like Caitlin and Brandon Pauline from Lady Boss, people like Drew from Fit to Fat to Fit, another guy that has big companies. What they have been doing is that they have something different. For example, in the case of Lady Boss, is that you need, I mean, the more you eat, the better. And like people is always telling you that you need to eat, a little bit. You don't need to eat carbs and all that stuff. So that's kind of a blue ocean. And what they are doing is that they are contacting people that are big in the red ocean, so like big influencers and big people. They can have an interview with them in their podcast or in their Facebook or Instagram live. So because they are in the red market, there are people in here that are not sure this vehicle is the one. It's not the one that is going to give them the results. So when Kaylin goes in here and talk with an influencer that is, in the red ocean, and he start telling people, hey guys, so what we do is X, Y, and Z. There are going to be some people in here that resonate with that, because they are not into the vehicle that they are right now. So they just go to Kaylin product and Blue Ocean. So that's how like this strategy works. You need to find who are the most influential people in here. Okay, when you start, obviously you're not going to, for example, if for example that I'm the in the digital marketing world, so I'm not going to be contacting Russell Brunson or Grant Cardone or Tony Robbins, because they are so big for me and they are obviously not going to answer me. So you need to contact people that are, like B or C type influencers. For example, all the two Coma Club people, and then you can start uh, contacting all the 2CCX people. And I don't know if you guys know, Tucoma Club is an award that Russell Brunson gives to people when they sell more than $1 million using one funnel on the internet. And the 2CCX award you give to people that sells more than $10 million. So like if you start interviewing that type of people, obviously you're going to be ranked like in the mind of your audience. You're going to start getting more like prestige, like more, yeah, I don't know how to say that, like more relevance.
Yes.
And then you're going to be scaling, and there is going to be a day where you can contact Russell Brunson, Tony Robbins, and all those people. And the cool thing is that when you are reaching this 100, it's not just for the interview. It's just to have a relationship. When you have a new product, usually you send that product to them before it launch, and you obviously offer them to promote your product. So it's like how you can get more traffic, more people to your business without spending money in ads and all that stuff. So yeah, that's kind of the Dream 100 works. I don't know if I explained it correctly, but yeah.
Yeah, you definitely did explain it correctly. So yes, so basically, in a nutshell, it is, you target your people for free, and it's the people that's in your niche. And yeah, I think you explained it perfectly well. Thank you so much for that. And that's just a perfect strategy to use if you've got like zero money to start out with, and you want to get out there. So another big question for you. So what do you think is apart from money, what drives you every day on your entrepreneurial journey? What is the thing that when you wake up in the morning and you start your day, what is that thing that just pushes you to to do your thing?
For sure. So obviously, I mean, at the beginning, it was only money, but when I was growing my audience and when I was growing, like, yeah, my tribe, and I every day I say to him, I say to them that you guys are my savios, that you guys are my, like Russell Brunson said that that we are his funnel hackers. So those people are my savios, and I start developing, uh, really, as I start really worrying and about these people. And nowadays I know that if my focus is to help people, like the money is going to arrive, for arrive along. Like, I don't have to worry about money. Like, really, my thinking and my mind change, my mindset change, because I'm here not for the money, but for helping people. And it's so awesome because sometimes, I mean, that's something that is so new for me, because I wasn't like that. Sometimes I start crying because I just get so frustrated because I can't help the amount of people I would like to. So I get so frustrated. And also when I'm, when I'm doing my life and all that stuff, and there are people that is commenting bad things, I just get so sad for them, because, like, in one way or another, I couldn't reach them to change their mentality. And I feel like bad because I couldn't help them. So yeah, that's kind of my focus, and that's kind of my why today. Like, every day I get up and I'm trying to think how I'm going to really help people. That's kind of my why.
That's awesome, though. That is a really great motivation, definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you have little tips and tricks on how to get you pumped up for the day? I mean, I've heard crazy stories of, and I do the same, where I would just put on very like dancing music in the shower. That's like my little hack. What do you do? What is the thing that gets you pumping for the day?
Well, like, it starts from the day before. Obviously, I have to go to bed early, because if not, I know I'm not going to wake up early. So I need to go to bed early, and I have to say to myself, tomorrow you are going to wake up with a lot of energy. That, for me, everything is in here.
Yes.
And yeah, like, the next day I wake up with a lot of energy. I try to jump. I wake up and I jump to activate my body. So yeah, and
That's
then yeah,
awesome.
I take a shower and ready to rock and to start the day. So that's kind of my morning ritual. I try to read a book. I have a lot of them here, but because I'm the 2CCX coaching program with Russell, and and there are a lot of videos to see, so I prefer to watch their videos as I was as if I was reading. So yeah, that's kind of my morning routine, and yeah, then I kick off the day working hard.
That's absolutely awesome. You mentioned earlier, you touched on mindset. And as any any person in I reckon in life should have a strong mindset, because that's the thing that determines success or not, in my opinion. So what do you do to establish your mindset? I mean, like, I know you can do motivational videos and things like that. Do you do that? What else do you do to just establish your mindset and just keep you focused in that strong mindset?
Well, like, I always tell myself, if Russell Brunson could, I can too. So if
Awesome.
they could, I can. I mean, doesn't matter where you are, where are you
Yes.
from. Like, my market
Yes.
is like three world country people, and I'm like, you can really help a lot of people and also earn and good money. And so yeah, like every day is like, if they could, I can. Point. Like, I can. And I tell that to myself every day. And right now, for me, it's just true. Like, I always tell people I'm going to be a millionaire, and that the point. I mean, I'm not doubting that. I know I'm going to be a millionaire, you know, and it's how you say it, and I have noticed something so cool that the more you tell your own stories to yourself, there is going to be a day where that's the thing that you believe, because you forget the other things that that you are thinking. And so yeah, like when you're afraid of something, is because, for example, if you are going to invest in a course and you're like afraid of doing it, is because you think that you may not succeed, and you may fail, and you may lose all your money. But, and I get it, but like, what is better, to try or to stay as you are right now? So that's what I'm thinking of when I'm buying, Russell Brunson coaching program. Russell Brunson coaching program is $30,000. It's not a,
That's
you know
expensive.
yeah, that's expensive. But for me it's cheap. For me it's very cheap, because like the network, and like all the content that you learn in there is so powerful. I mean, I think I already get my money back, like in 3 or 4 months, and I know people that they get that money back like in 1 month, because in there are people. I was reading like the last week. I read like a post of someone saying that he just crossed the $12 million mark.
Wow.
And so yeah, I mean, there are people so powerful in there.
Yes.
And so yeah, everything is mindset. And for me, this coaching program is like, you need to earn more money to pay the coaching point. So it really forces you, when you commit financially, you really force yourself to get results.
Mm.
And that's why I'm so happy when people are selling me things, because I know that if that thing is going to help me, I will happily pay. And like for accountability, for accountability, and for that. So yeah, that's kind of my mindset, that I have developed. Obviously, it's not an easy path, but after you are clear in here, you will see that everything is going to make to be true, and to everything is going to happen.
That is exactly it. And I'm sitting right here looking at my vision board, so,
Yeah,
and I think any successful entrepreneur either has a vision board physically to look at, or it's just ingrained in their minds, like you just telling yourself every day that you're going to be a millionaire, because, it's in your head. You can't stop thinking about it. That's so awesome. That's so true.
yeah,
So
for sure.
tell us a little bit about what you're working on at the moment. So if people want to get a hold of you, maybe become part of your agency, where can people reach you? Tell us a little bit about that. We will drop links at the end of the podcast. We will tell people all about how they can find you. But if you can just mention to people a little bit, what you do and
For,
where they can find
yeah,
you.
for sure. So right now with my agency, I help people with all the traffic stuff, especially Instagram, how they can grow their Instagram and get more and build an audience, so you can test
Yeah.
your offers. And so yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing with my agency. Also right now I'm going to relaunch my webinar in 1 or 2 weeks. And I love working with people that wants to create a webinar, because like traffic and webinars, that are my things. I really love to do that.
Yes.
And right now, you can contact me. I mean, you can add me to my Facebook profile. We will post the links below.
Yes.
You can reach out to me. I have a free Facebook group where I usually discuss traffic and webinar stuff. So you can join. I will post the link below too. So yeah, that's where you can find me for now. And everything you need, I will be happy to assist you. And like, not, I mean,
Awesome.
don't feel afraid to contact me if you are just starting. And if you have any question about where to start and how to do it, you also can contact me for that. I will be happy to guide you, and to point the best direction from where you are. So yeah, I mean, super happy to help you guys in any way possible.
That sounds awesome. Thank you so much for that. And any final advice or tips that you can give somebody that's thinking about becoming an entrepreneur, but they haven't really taken that step yet because they are scared or they are worried about, all of that?
Sure. So like for me, my biggest fear when I started was that I didn't have any product or service to sell. So
Yes.
so like the normal question that I receive a lot from my own audience is what I should start, like where do I start?
Mm.
And guys, it's so simple as you have to create a list about all the things that you are good at. So maybe you are good at soccer, maybe you are good at writing, maybe you are good at, I don't know, speaking. And after you have this list of things that you are good at, then ask your family, ask your friends, ask your audience, um, what are like the most interesting thing of all of these lists that they will love to learn. And after they told you that, you now have the topic that people want. So after that, you should ask them, okay, so what is your most important question? What is your biggest question in this topic? And they will tell you. And now with that answers, you can create a course answering those type of things, and then you just have a product, and you just ask you just know that your audience is going to buy your thing because they were the one that told you how to do everything. So that's a very cool and easy way to start. And so yeah, and after you get some money, you can start creating a funnel and driving traffic and all that stuff. But this is a very super cool way to start.
That is some really, really good advice. Thank you for that.
For
And
sure, no
thank you
problem.
thank you so much for having this interview. And we will drop the link to your webinar and to your Facebook. Well, I'm assuming the Facebook, and then I can find the webinar through your Facebook link. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that sounds awesome. And thank you so much for having the interview with me. It was really informative. And I might actually push on your buttons for that Instagram training. I'm all new to Instagram, so for me, it's I'm completely green when it comes to it. I've got no clue what I'm doing. So awesome. Thank you so very much, and we'll talk soon. Okay.
Okay, bye guys.
Bye.